Okay, good afternoon and welcome to today's NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Friday, the 29th day of May in the year of our Lord 2020. I would have been here earlier, but I had a doctor's appointment this morning to check things out. I am fine, so um, we will get on to what I was going to talk about today. Yesterday and the day before, I talked to the left going insane. Today, they are still going insane, but what is going on today is we have morons like Maxine Waters blaming Trump for what is going on in Minneapolis. I have a few things to say about this, and many won't like it, but this is the truth, so help me God. And now for what is going on. The officer who is at the forefront of this, who held his knee down on this man's neck and killed him, was wrong. Once you put the handcuffs on, that pressure should have been released and he should have stood up. There have been 12 other instances during this man's career where he has been accused of things that were not right. Now, 12 times is a lot. This man should not have been a cop, for one thing. But it seems that every time in this nation now, when a black man is killed, we have politicians on the left who blame Trump for it all when the blame lies elsewhere. We have morons on Facebook saying that when a black man is killed, conservatives have 1,000 excuses. Well, folks, I am here to set the record straight here. When a white cop gets killed by a black man, everything is fine. Everything is quiet. There is no lawlessness. There's no riots in the street. There's no burning of buildings. There's no burning of businesses. The law on this one works the way it should, and usually justice is meted out. But let a black man get killed by a white man. And folks, it doesn't matter here if that white man is a cop or just a regular citizen. The blacks get together with George Soros and BLM, funding it all to start rioting and looting and killing and everyone who gets in their way. Burning down businesses that were unlucky enough to say, I will serve this area because these people don't have enough people here to serve them. And in the process, many lives get disrupted and destroyed while businesses get torched, buildings burned, and people die. All because we have a bunch of people who decide on themselves that justice for what happened won't come fast enough, and they need to take this into their own hands and met out the justice themselves. Then we have more trouble coming in with the likes of Al Sharpton, who is going to Minneapolis to do what? All he will do is cause more trouble and more riots and more deaths, all over a cop who did the wrong thing. The video showed him doing the wrong thing, and justice for this man who had previous things against him while in uniform wouldn't come fast enough, so violence that started this whole thing up is now the way to end it. That's a bunch of bullshit. But it's all over this nation now. It even happened here in Albuquerque last night. And now to remove the liberal blindfold here, folks. When you decide for yourself that justice for what has made you mad won't come fast enough, and you turn and riot and burn and loot, thinking that you're holier than thou, let me tell you, you are no better than the cop who started this whole thing. He was wrong in what he did, and the law would have taken care of that. But when you decide that the law is now yours to weld, and you start by breaking the law and causing violence against people who did nothing but put their money into your neighborhoods to help you, and you burn them out of business because you're mad, you are a moron and you're no better than that cop. Every one of the people rioting and protesting over this whole thing are morons. The violence is not the answer here, but you think it is. So what do? You go out and burn innocent people out. That are in your neighborhoods to help you, and you burn them down because you are pissed off over something stupid. Now, don't get me wrong. I blame the cop. It is like Kathy Hinner said in a post on Facebook the other day. It took her a long time to say anything about this, and being a former cop, she knows the problems here. But when people turn around and break the law because they are mad that a black man was killed by a cop who was doing the wrong thing, and there is a video of what he did to corroborate what he did, you will not help your side of the story by doing what you did. As a matter of fact, you took the people who in the first place were on your side about what happened and turned them totally against you because the cop broke the law, but you did too. You are no better than that cop that started this all up by not releasing his prisoner when he had him cuffed. It should have ended right there, but didn't. But because he didn't, the man died, and from his wrongdoing, you don't make what you did right by doing the same stupid thing. Breaking the law. Grow the fuck up and get a life. Please, start using some of the common sense that you were supposedly born with instead of pushing it into the back of your feeble brains and hiding it there so you can feel good about yourselves by breaking the very laws that would have brought this cop to justice alone. Now that same law has to deal not with just the cop who did wrong, but all of you who did wrong too. You are no better than that cop, and you have put the lives of all other good cops all over this nation in jeopardy with your stupidity and setting 3 police precincts on fire. I can't wait till you need a cop, and then when one wants to help you and you turn to the cops and you are trying that you are rioting over now because one did the wrong thing. My hope is that you won't get the help, but that is not what the cops will do. They will help you, even though you don't deserve it for what you have done after the initial killing in Minneapolis. And to set this straight for those who haven't been listening to me, the initial killing was wrong. And if things had happened the way they should have, the cop would have been prosecuted. But now, we will never know because you demonstrators and criminals have gotten in the way of justice and hurt innocent people in doing so. God bless America. God bless our troops. And as a friend of mine used to always say, we will not be ruled. This is Robert the Infidel reporting, and I'll see you all again on Monday. Have a great weekend.